Good evening. I wanted to share my indoor plants with you. So I'm at work, I work at a school, and this year at the end of the summertime I brought in some of my plants and they were really small. Let me show you what they look like now. So that tomato plant came in here in September and it was maybe as large as this little corn here. It was really small, and now it's a monster, and we've had at least 8 tomatoes off of there. I think definitely 6, but I think maybe up to 8 tomatoes. It's got some more fruit coming, and it's got quite a few blossoms coming up there. You can see some yellow ones, so we just shake it to pollinate it every so often. And here's another tomato here. Hard to see because they're green and they're camouflage, but it's been doing really well. It's in a nice pot. I have thrown some organic fertilizer on there and water it, and hopefully that's helping give it some nourishment. But that's been in here since like about September 1st. This tomato, there's 2 tomatoes in this pot right here, and they are stems of him or her or whatever. A couple students snipped them off, put them in water, and sprouted them and planted them in here. So we've only gotten 1 tomato off of this one, I think. Maybe 2, but I think just 1. And this is the next biggest one on there. It's pretty small. There's some little teeny baby ones coming on here too, though. So this is a lot younger plant, and it's a lot smaller. But I'm not complaining. We have not had any extra grow lights or anything in here. It's just been the overhead light and the sunlight they get from the window. And I do have a heater in here so that it doesn't get below 60 something, because tomatoes like it warm. Right here, I bought these in here in November. These were little potatoes from my garden, just little potatoes that had started to sprout already. And one is a Yukon and one is an all blue, and I can't remember which is which, but this one is definitely a lot larger than that plant. And they're down at the bottom. My daughter made these grow bags out of landscape fabric, and the potatoes at the bottom, as they grew, we just added soil, and I am hoping we get a lot of potatoes in there, but maybe we won't. Maybe it's just all foliage, who knows. But when we open them up and see, I will show you. I think they're going to get ready to bloom pretty quick. The tops of the leaves give me that look of, we're going to start flowering pretty soon, lady. And when they do, I'm just going to snip the flowers off so all the energy can go into the tubers. This pepper I dug up and brought from my house. I have no luck at all with peppers. We have a very cool climate here. It doesn't get past, if we get in the low 70s, that's like a miracle. So peppers like it hot. And this one has some beautiful peppers. There's 5 of them. I'm hoping once we pick them, it'll start blooming and give us more. But yeah, it's looking good so far. Now we've got basil here, which is not the most beautiful basil plant, but we have snipped off of it several times. And there was a cucumber plant that took over the world, and the poor basil had to, try to reach for the sky and get a little bit of sunlight. So the cucumber had a lot of cucumbers, and it was great, but I won't put a cucumber indoors anymore unless I have a different place for it, because it was just too big. And as soon as it got dropped cool at all, it got moldy, and I just pulled it out. It was not good. Now this lemon tree is from my house, and it's looking a little scraggly, but it's lost most of its lower leaves. It was loaded with fruit, like probably 20. It's down to 3, and this is the biggest one. And in height, it's grown, I would say, 5 inches since September. So I don't know what to think. I don't know how to grow lemon trees, and I'm just gonna see what happens with this. yeah, so that's the lemon tree. This has been fun. I really was shocked that we would get fruit without having grow lights. I didn't think this would be enough light for them. So if you have a sunny south-facing window or some grow lights in some pots and an area to put them, go for it. Bring in some plants, and you could have some little treats now and then throughout the winter time. It's quite lovely. So anyways, just wanted to share that.